Thanks, Antoinette. So yeah, welcome to Waltham Forest College. We was established in 1938 with this iconic building that you can see now. We're right in the heart of Walthamstow, and we're next to the town hall. We've got some excellent transport links with a bus stop right outside the college, and we're located just minutes away from a number of rail stations, including Wood Street, Walthamstow Central, and Black Horse Road. We've been creating futures for over 80 years, and we're really excited to show you around some of the key facilities and learning areas in this virtual tour. So what I'll do is I'll just take us inside and we'll skip through reception. So we're going to head first of all to our Learning Resource Centre, which is it's a fantastic place for you to study between your lessons. Across the college, we have over 1,500 PCs and laptops available, and many of these are inside the LRC upstairs in our computer bank. But there's also laptops that you can borrow during the day in between lessons if you feel that you find it easier to work in college as opposed to from home. Then you can hire laptops from us here, and then you can also obviously borrow books and things. All of our books are related to the subjects that we have at the college. So I'll just head on now over to our common room, and feel free, as Antoinette said, to ask any questions throughout the tour, and we'll do our best to answer as many as we possibly can. So we'll just head upstairs now to the third floor. And this is our student common room. So I'll just head further in here. So this is our student common room, and it's a fantastic place for students to hang out lunchtime between lessons, where you can relax with friends. We've got pool tables, table tennis, table football. There's a PlayStation as well that you can book some time with. And we also host various events in here, such as like World Culture Day, Freshers Fair, and different events throughout the year that you can get involved with. So if I continue in this building, we'll just head another floor up to our to fourth floor, and that we'll be seeing our main eatery, Cafe on 4. So we just head through here. So as I said, this is our main eatery in the college, and it has about a capacity of about 200 people. It's open in the morning and from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. and serves a selection of different hot and cold food, which you can both eat in and take away. We've also got our cafe on the second floor, which is more for sort of snacks and cold and hot drinks, coffee, that kind of thing, and also a deli on the first floor, which you can get salads, paninis, and other quick meals. So what I'll do now is we'll just head back downstairs, and I want to show you some of the facilities we have for teaching and learning in the college. Like I say, if anyone's got any questions, then feel free to ask them in the Q&A section on the right-hand side, and we'll try and get to them as we navigate through.
Okay, Tom, also a question has just come through regarding Leighton Orient courses. If we can answer questions on those, yes, we can. Just to let you know that we do deliver those BTEC courses, but if you haven't booked as yet for a callback session for tomorrow, you can still do so on the website, where you will be able to speak to a Leighton Orient course tutor regarding specifics. If there's anything else you'd like answering in this session, please do drop it in the Q&A and we will get back to you. Over to you, Tom.
Fantastic. So here is what I would refer to probably as our sort of typical IT classroom. The college uses the Microsoft Office programs, and if you join us from September, then you'll have access to all of the Microsoft Office programs as well, both inside college and for your use at home. You can make use of the computer facilities at the college inside and out of your lessons. And there's also, you have access to cloud space for storing your work and for submitting projects to your tutors. This section of the college is kind of where our business and IT students are mostly based. As part of business, you'll be working on things such as finance, marketing, management and customer experience, and then and computer systems. And then as part of IT, you'll be dealing with sort of technology systems, database development, networking, software development, the online world, and looking into like website development, design, and all that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to open us up to a new model where I can show us the hair and beauty facilities that we have at the college. Okay, so this is our elite salons and barbering facility, and is our training salon at the college. The salon is normally open for public use. Obviously, during the pandemic, it's had to shut, but it gives you some really good first-hand experience of doing treatments and working on members of the public and models that you yourself bring in. Students also make use of the reception area to take bookings from the public and to develop your customer service skills. So I'll just bring us in. Here is our first hairdressing salon, and as you can see, we're fully prepared for the pandemic. We've set it out similar to how the hairdressers were before lockdown kicked in, and students will initially work on these sort of dummy heads before you've gained the sort of full experience, proper experience, and then you'll be able to work on live subjects, the members of the public or models that you yourself source and bring in. So what I'll do now is I'll just take us through to the beauty spa that we have at the college. I'll just make a mention as well that if you visit our Facebook page and check out the video section, then you'll be able to see a link to our 2019 Hair and Beauty Show. And it just gives a really good indication of the type of work that students will be doing at the college that you yourself could be doing if you joined us in September.
Okay, Tom, I've got a question here. Seems to be quite a generic one. We've got a few of our audience here that have asked about the application process. There is a 4-step process, really. The first step is to apply online. So I would advise visiting our website and then selecting the course in the drop-down menu, the course list, whether it is 16 to 19 or adult courses, maths and English, apprenticeships, teacher training, ESOL courses. Depending on the course that you want, you click through and then you make an application online. After making that application online, our learning services team will then be in contact with you to arrange a telephone interview. You will then get the chance to speak with the course tutor, who will then assess your eligibility for the course. And then after you've been given an offer, then the next step will be to enroll. So I do hope that has answered your question. If you wanted to get more details on that, I've just popped in the link as well to the application process on our website page. Please do feel free to visit that page for more information. Okay, back over to you, Tom.
Okay, so I've just taken us now into our barbershop at the college, which is actually our newest addition to the elite salons area. But not only like in the hairdressing, beauty and barbering courses, not only will you learn sort of how to perfect the hairdressing, barbering and beauty techniques, but you'll also learn the sort of business and marketing side of the industry as well, which is very important if you want to get into management or maybe you want to start up your own salon at some point in life. It's really good to have those skills behind you. So that's our hair, beauty and barbering section. So I'll just switch over now to our creative industries building. Which is home to our art, design, digital media and fashion courses. So if I just bring us out, I'll start us down on the first or the ground floor. Okay, so the ground floor is primarily reserved for our digital media courses. And we have 2 digital media classrooms down here, of which this is one of them. And so within these rooms, you'll have access to lots of different hardware and software that will allow you to sort of get creative with your work and the projects that you take on at the college. So you've got access to software such as the Adobe Creative Suite, which includes Photoshop and Illustrator. That allows you to sort of practice your design, animation, illustration, and also film skills with film software such as After Effects, which is one of the sort of industry standards. In Hollywood, they'll use After Effects and Premiere Pro and things like that to develop films. You've also got access to Autodesk 3ds Max and Mudbox, which are both digital 3D modeling softwares where you can sculpt and create 3D animations. Now, something perfect that we have, which goes along with that, is different access to different hardwares. So we have virtual reality headsets, which allows you to kind of model in 3D space, so you can see everything that's going on around you. I'll just take you through here. We also have 3D printers here. We use MakerBot replicators, so items that you create within 3ds Max, you'll be able to 3D print as well. And up here, yeah, we use the Oculus Rift is the virtual reality headsets that we have access to. So other hardware that you'll have access to in here is like graphics tablets for use with Photoshop, and you'll have digital SLR cameras for doing filming. We've got drones, soft like augmented reality, headphones, microphones, everything that you need to kind of get creative and learn digital media. So we've also got art and design classes. So if you're more interested in sort of combining traditional methods with digital, then we've also got art and design. This is one of our studios that we have at the college, and you'll notice when we go around this building that all of the studio spaces that we have are really bright, spacious, and they're highly adaptable for all different types of projects. So if there's lots of students doing some smaller work, we can make it that, or if you're doing a joint big sculpture project, we can move the whole room around and set it out ready for that. So I'll just take us up to the top floor, which will take us into our main studio and exhibition space for the art and design students. So on the left here, just to highlight, we've got another digital media room, but this is also accessible to all of our sort of art and design and fashion students. So our creative students essentially have access to this whole building, and you can go around and make use of all the facilities as you need to. Doesn't matter what subject you are. So I'll just take us around here a little bit so you can see some of the work that's up. As you can see, it's a fantastic exhibition space as well, and we have used it for exhibitions in the past. And again, if you visit our Facebook page, you'll be able to see photos from previous art exhibitions that we've put on. And I'll just mention as well that we are actually partnered with University Arts London and the London College of Fashion, and this gives you some fantastic access to their sort of online library of insight classes that they have, and they also do a variety of drop-in tutorials. UAL is actually ranked the second best art and design university in the world, and we have some really good progression pathways from our level 3 art and design courses through to their degree courses. So it really will give you a good start if you want to go down that sort of degree route. So this floor here, just skipped ahead a little bit too quickly there, is for our fashion students. And if I just head into here, so this room here is a sort of our fully equipped pattern cutting room. So again, like all the other rooms, it's customizable to accommodate different numbers of students. If you've got some large garments that are being created, you can make more space for yourself, and you've got all the tools that you need to develop all the next like fashion trends. So I'll just follow through here to this room.
Sorry, Tom. I have another question that I'd like to jump in with.
Of course.
One of our guests is asking if students are currently studying online, and the answer to that is yes. All our learners, adults and young people, are actually doing remote learning. So there's remote teaching and learning taking place where our tutors are teaching through Microsoft Teams to our students, except for vulnerable learners who can come in on site, and also learners that may not be able to get access to Microsoft Teams at home. We have that dedicated space in the LRC, socially distanced, where they can come in and get access to a laptop, as Tom was showing you earlier on with the LRC building. Okay, back over to you, Tom.
Okay, so yeah, this is our sort of garment construction room. And we have in here, we have access to really high quality Juki and Brother sewing machines. So once you've sort of researched, designed, and created your patterns, this will be where you come to actually construct the pieces that you want to develop. And again, everything has been set out in a socially distanced way so that when college starts back up, everybody is safe. I'll just take us through to this room here, and I just want to highlight on the wall here we have some photos from our 2019 fashion show, and just the same as the hair and beauty show, it might be a good idea if you go to our Facebook page after the tour, and you can search for our fashion show, and it will just give you a really good idea of the type of work that our fashion students develop. And there is some incredibly high quality work that our students create, and we're really proud actually of the work that the students in the fashion department do create at the college. So before you actually get to sort of creating the garments that you want to make, you'll have to be doing some like research and design work, and these are kind of what these 4 rooms are all about down here. You'll be learning various techniques that you'll need to take forward into like pattern creation and also sewing techniques later on. You'll research various aspects of fashion design and the fashion industry itself, and you'll need to study sort of business aspects and retail aspects of the industry as well, because maybe you don't want to go into fashion design itself, but there's options for you to go into things such as maybe journalism, fashion journalism, maybe start your own business, or perhaps you want to go into retail of some kind, and you just want to learn the business aspects behind that. Okay, so that's our creative industries building, and like I say, we're really proud.
Sorry, I'll just interrupt at this point again. Okay. I've got 2 generic questions. The first one being, I've applied for a course. How soon will I hear back regarding the course? Usually you will be hearing back within a few days of applying. So please do bear with us, especially now that we've transitioned and most of our team is also working from home. You should be hearing back from our learner services team. If you have any queries regarding your applications, you can contact them on email. That's myfuture@waltham.ac.uk. I will drop that in the Q&A section for anyone who's waiting to hear back on their applications. So apologies with any delay on that. Also, we have a few questions, Tom, if we're going to be doing a STEM tour of our SEND area and construction and STEM center as well. We will be doing those if they just, we will be picking up on those later on in the tour. So please do stay tuned. Your areas will be coming up soon. Over to you, Tom.
Well, it was very timely because we are actually now moving into the STEM Centre, which is, if I just zoom out, one of our largest sort of areas in the college in terms of floor space that gets used. It's actually one of our newest buildings, or is our newest building as well, which was finished in 2017 for £4 million, and it's home to our automotive and engineering courses. So downstairs around here, you see all the vehicles and things. This is out for our light vehicle maintenance courses. And then if I just take us around a little bit further, you can also see our motorbike section, which is for our motorcycle maintenance courses. So both courses are actually 2 years long, and with the light vehicle maintenance, you have the option of studying into level 3 for a 3rd year. You'll start learning things like tool identification and the theory aspects of engines, electrical systems, and vehicle chassis before moving on to the more practical aspects such as identifying and diagnosing faults, repairing engines and things like that. But just make a mention that last year Yamaha actually donated 5 motorbikes to us, which was really nice because it's really sort of complementing the existing high quality tools and machinery that we have in the centre. So I'll just take it around here. So Antoinette, you mentioned a couple of questions maybe associated with the STEM Centre. So while we're going around, I don't know if you want to ask a couple of them.
No, the question was if we were going to...
Oh, I see. Okay,
sorry,
well,
Tom.
yeah,
the
no,
question
that's
was,
fine. Yeah.
Based on, are we going to be showing... Yeah.
Okay. So what I'll do now is I'll just take us then into the engineering section. So this area was our automotive and light vehicle maintenance courses. And if we come now into here, this is kind of our engineering lab. And our engineering courses are very much based on computer-aided design, so CAD software to model and design components for production. But before you can sort of get on the computer and learn how to model these products on the computer, you'll be making use of machinery such as these lathes and mills. And the idea behind it is that the products that you produce here will give you a really sound and sort of good base knowledge of how 3D objects exist in the real world. And it sounds kind of silly because obviously you interact with 3D stuff all the time, but you'll be surprised the amount of people that would go onto the CAD software and you'll model something and you just don't understand quite how the components work together. So when you come to 3D print it or render it in a different material, it all falls apart. So we kind of give you that base knowledge initially of showing you how the components will exist in the real world, how they work together, how they fit together, and then that allows you to go into the 3D CAD software with confidence and knowing that anything that you produce on the computer can be replicated in the real world. So this is just the other side of it as well, where you're working on some workbenches with smaller tools and kind of refining the work that you created on the lathes and the mills over there. So I'll just take us upstairs now. And the upstairs area is where our computer-aided design software is at. So okay, so this is the main CAD lab that we have at the college. And this wall over here can open up into the room next door, which I'll just take you through now. And it uses very much the same software as what was being used in the digital media classroom, so Autodesk 3ds Max, as well as some other more industry-specific software. And coming through into here, you see these machines that we have here. These are actually lathes and milling machines which connect up to the computers, which can then create the products that you have designed on the CAD software. And again, over here in the corner, we have another 2 of our 3D printers as well. So that completes the STEM Centre and the engineering tour. Like I say, if you've got any questions about this area, feel free to ask them, and we will try and get back to them at some stage during the tour. I'll just head over now to the construction workshops, and we'll try and check out the carpentry, plumbing, and bricklaying courses.
Okay. Okay, whilst you're doing that transition, Tom, I'm just going to answer a few questions here. I've got some really interesting comments. Fantastic college, looks really great. The college has definitely transformed. Thank you to our viewers for those comments. We also have a few that are interested in latent orient courses. Yes, we do have latent orient courses. You can go to our website, select the drop down 16 to 19 under courses and sports, and then you'll be able to apply it then. We've got another guest who's asking, when can they apply for September courses? The answer is now. Get your applications in early as possible. And if you would like more information about the course that you want to get onto for September, then I would advise signing up to our booking slot for tomorrow's session, where you'll be able to have a one-to-one phone call with a course tutor of your choice. They'll be able to answer questions based on eligibility. I've got a few GCSE questions here as well. I do not have any GCSEs. Will I be able to get into a course? Or what GCSEs do I need? Generally, it's usually a grade 4 for our courses, but as I said, your circumstance is different. Everyone's circumstance is different. The best thing to do would be to have a discussion with our course tutor, who'll be able to advise you accordingly for those with GCSEs and those without. Our learning services team is also on hand to help. Again, if you email them through the college generic email line, that is myfuture, nyfuture, @waltham.ac.uk. We have a few more questions as well. Oh, someone is asking when the automotive engineering courses begin. These are in September, so you can apply now to start in September for those courses. And as with most of our BTEC courses, we have a few courses that start now in January and in February and March, courses that are staggered. Those are part-time courses and mainly adult courses. Again, more information will be on our website. You can apply as we are taking applications now. Before moving on to the other questions, I'll answer a few via the Q&A and I'll hand over back to Tom. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, it's nice. Great to have some really good questions coming in through the Q&A section. So yeah, this is our carpentry workshop at the college. And if you start a carpentry course with us in September, then you get allocated a kind of workspace area that is just dedicated to you. And the work that you undertake inside this area will simulate what you can expect in the working world. So what we've found is that sometimes other training providers, tasks get taught separately. So you'll be asked to do one task, and then maybe a technician will set the space up and you'll do another task in a week's time, something like that. But what we've decided to do is to combine the jobs to try and create a more realistic experience of what you would expect in the real world. So you might get given your very first task, which could be, I don't know, I'm not into construction, but you could maybe create a stud wall or a framework, something like that. And then the quality of what you do there will be graded, but it will also have an effect on the quality of the work you do on the next task. So we've basically got this ethos where we're just ensuring that you're generating and creating and building the highest quality and highest standard of work from the very beginning, so that when you finish your task, everything that you've done, all the work that you've done and completed, is at the highest standard from start to end. I'll just come over here and mention that we got in 2019, at the very end of 2019, we got a new investment of power tools worth up to about £40,000 from Festool. And this has really helped us bring these carpentry courses in line with technological advancements in the industry. So you can see one of our circular saws here, and this is connected through this hose to this little machine down here, which is actually a dust extraction machine. And these are actually Bluetooth enabled as well. So you can use them remote turn on and turn off. So it's creating a much more energy efficient and safer workshop environment. And you can see over here in the distance there's a model roof that was put together just to show students how sort of typical modern roofs are created today, and you'll get the opportunity to try and create one yourself as well if you join our course and put them together. So linking to this room, I'll just take us through to the machine workshop. So this workshop essentially is connected right next door to the carpentry, and it allows us to teach aspects of joinery alongside the carpentry course as well. And it's filled up with some fantastic machines that we've got here. So we've got a planar thicknesser, which allows you to plane wood to the required size that you need. Going across here, we've got what is referred to as a mortiser. So I'm sure that some of you in your design technology classes have heard of a mortise and tenon joint. Well, this is a machine that can sort of very quickly and very accurately create rectangular and square holes, which is the mortise inside a piece of timber. And we've got this smaller one on the bench over here, handheld tool, which is a domino, and it's just a much more portable way of cutting wood to create joints. I'll just move out of the way of this pole. We've got a nice big table saw in the middle of the room there, so you can cut material and like sheet material on wood. And a bandsaw, which again, I'm sure that anyone who's done design technology at school is familiar with, obviously used to cut and shape wood. So you will be fully trained on all of these machines, and you'll be able to make use of them under the supervision from our tutor or a technician at the time. So I'll just switch over now to our plumbing section, and we'll just quickly highlight the plumbing and the bricklaying areas of the college. Okay, so this is our plumbing workshop, and you'll have access to all of the tools that you need to leave qualified as a domestic plumber. So we've got the ground floor section, and I'll just quickly take us upstairs. And this upstairs section actually works very similar to the carpentry one, in the sense that there are these individual booths here, and you'll have access to these, and there's model bathrooms, bathroom suites and boilers up here, and it just allows you to plumb in essentially a full bathroom suite, so you can get familiar with the tools and the type of materials that you need to be using to become a fully qualified plumber. And if I just do another quick switch and take us over to the bricklaying workshop. So this is one of our bricklaying workshops. We've got another one just next door to this, and you'll do various bricklaying work in here, but you also have access and opportunities to do work experience outside of the college as well. And I know that just before Christmas, before we broke up for the Christmas holidays, some students worked for a charity organisation creating some footings for a new building that was going near a community centre in Walthamstow. And hopefully our carpentry students, providing the lockdown ends in a timely fashion, will be able to help make the timber frame and the timber roof. So there's lots of opportunities for you to apply the skills that you learn in college outside in real working environments. And I'll just end this by saying that all of our construction and electrical courses are 2-year-long packages, and that will fully qualify you with all the certification that you need to work in a domestic setting, so in people's homes. So whereas in some places you might go onto a course and you leave and that's great, but you then find out that actually I need to have this health and safety certificate, or I need to have access to this other type of certificate to be insured in the industry. We ensure that within the 2-year package deal, you will receive all that certification so you can work in the industry. Once you have left college and you are working for a business or for yourself, then we have also got a level 3 course that you can do for one evening a week, and that will allow you to work towards being qualified to work on construction sites and in commercial settings as well. So there's some great opportunity there for you to leave college, get some work under your belt, get some experience before increasing your skill set further and opening yourself up to even more work in the future. So that's concluded this half of the tour. Yeah, I'll just go over to Antoinette now.
Okay, brilliant. I just there's 2 key generic questions that's been asked. Number 1 is, can I apply for more than one course? We've also got guests who saying they want to do health and social care, but maybe business as well. The answer to that would be, generally when you apply for the BTEC course, depending on the level that you're applying for, it's usually one, not the 2 BTEC courses. However, it could be an adult making an inquiry or a young person. So I would advise for you to have that callback with the tutor as well. It could be that also some of our candidates, they are not sure on the course that they want to do, so they have multiple options. Like we have another guest asking, can they apply for more than one? Yes, you could. But under those kind of circumstances, we usually advise for you to contact our careers team. So then maybe they could help you to narrow down the courses that you want to do. Plus, it helps when you do speak to the course tutor as well. And Tom will get into it a bit later on, but just showing you the tools that we have on our website that could help you to ensure that you're choosing the right industry, number 1, and that you are set on the right course in order to get into the career that you're looking for. So we do have various tools that can help you narrow those down. The next question that I wanted to answer was regarding the tutor callback sessions. I've just checked on our website. The tutor callback session slots aren't available currently, so please bear with us until we can get that fixed. But in the meantime, if you would like to book a tutor callback session, I've dropped it in the Q&A. Send an email to marketing. That's marketing@waltham.ac.uk. Send the email with your name, your email, and the course that you're interested in, and then we will let you know the available slot for the callback tomorrow. So callback sessions with tutors will be taking place between 4 and 7 p.m. We have 10 minutes time slots allocated to each guest. So we will put your name down to the course that you want to do and let you know the time slots that are available, and then you can choose. But hopefully we should get that up and running straight after our webinar. So please don't lose hope. If you do want to book that callback session, we'll have that ready for you. But in the meantime, the email is marketing@waltham.ac.uk. Forward that through and we'll get that sorted for you. Okay, back over to you, Tom.
Okay, so I just want to check, is the presentation screen showing?
It is. It's on screen right now.
Okay, fantastic. So I just wanted to cover a few other areas because we've mentioned quite a few of our subject areas as part of the main tour, but we've left some of them out. So I'll just cover some of these. So first one is health and social care and childcare courses. Now these courses are primarily classroom based when you're studying at the college, and you can see here students doing some work on what was referred to as story sacks, which was they picked their favorite or a favorite like popular children's book, and it had to create props and a kind of storyboard and sort of play items around that, so children can get further engaged in the story. They also get involved in lots of sort of fundraising and community events, and you can see here our students put together a event with some elderly local residents and just doing some sort of games and stuff like that. And children in need is a big one that they our health and social care and childcare students focus on every year, just trying to raise some funds for children in need. It's not, like I say, when in college it is primarily classroom based. However, there's lots of opportunities for you to do work experience outside of the college as well. And you might even spend up to 2 days a week in a workplace for a period of the year, just practicing all the skills that you've learned in college in the real working world. And here's another one, first aid training as well, which is very important in both of these areas, these industries. Public services is another one, and public services is one of those subjects. It makes a lot of use of the outdoor spaces in the college for different, for drills, sports, and sort of team building challenges. So here you can see the students in their uniforms lined up for the Remembrance Day celebrations this year. There's various outdoor trips that you can go on and learn sort of navigation and that kind of thing outside in the forest. There's also various team challenges, team camping, team activities, sort of really get that kind of bonding the group together, and it really kind of creates a good social network within the public services students. And also there's lots of opportunities for you to have sort of talks with various uniform services. So that could be from the police, the fire brigade, or the ambulance service, all the way through to like the Army, RAF, Navy, Marines, that kind of thing. So there's lots of opportunities for you to explore all different routes.
Okay, sorry, Tom, just going to interrupt again. 2 questions. What's the oldest age you can apply for the college? There's no limits, really. I mean, you can create your future at any age. We have courses for young people and for adults. So if you are looking to do a BTEC course, it's between 16, school leavers 16 to 19, but then we have adult courses as well. So again, please do visit the website so you can explore your options. Also, we seem to be having another generic question from a few of our guests here today asking, if I have applied but I don't have any GCSE, or can I still get in the college if I don't have any GCSE? My answer to that would be, we have a course for everyone. So the best place to start would be with learner services, who will be able to advise you based on your experience, qualification, background, and to assess you and let you know what course we have available. It could be that you start with our entry-level courses and work your way up, or it might be that they have a program to get you on, like the Princess Justine program, which is for 16 to 24-year-olds. So we have a few varieties. So I wouldn't say to lose hope if you haven't got your GCSEs. Speak to our careers team or learner services team. You can give them a call or send an email again to myfuture@waltham.ac.uk, and someone will be able to advise you accordingly. Okay, back over to you, Tom.
Thanks. And I'll just quickly say that the sign up page on the website for tomorrow's callback sessions is live again, so you can go straight to the website now and sign up through there if you want to have a tutor callback.
Okay, excellent. Thanks, Tom. I'll just quickly add to our viewers, when you do go over to the page to register for the callback session, please ensure that you click on the option that says callback session, live webinar and callback session. That will then open up the drop down for you to select the course, and then you can choose your time slot. Yeah, okay, thanks for that.
Okay, so now just talk briefly about our hospitality and culinary arts courses. So we have 3 professional kitchens at the college, and we also have a training restaurant, which is usually open to the public, but that, again, it all depends on what's happening with the COVID pandemic. So as part of this course, you'll learn how to run a professional kitchen or restaurant, and that will include things like marketing and finances and the health and safety aspects. But also, obviously, how to cook and prepare all kinds of produce, from sort of meat, fish and shellfish to vegetables, sauces, and everyone's favourite desserts. So here you can see some work that our students have created over the years. And also we have some really good demonstrations from external organizations and chefs. So this this demonstration was Tom Bouton, who was working at the Westbury, and I think he works now at the Dorchester, and he was just doing a demonstration with our students on how to prepare and cook fish to perfection, essentially from scratch. And it was a really interesting that you can actually see a video of this on our YouTube page. If you go to our YouTube page, you'll be able to find a sort of video of this, so you can see how the demonstration went ahead. And travel and tourism. So we understand at the moment that the travel industry has been quite badly affected by the pandemic, but our courses have definitely adapted to that that issue, and so there's a greater emphasis on UK and domestic tourism within the courses, and a lot of exploration of the innovation that's happening within the sector, because there is certainly a lot of innovation that is going on and had to happen as a result of the pandemic. You'll also learn aspects of geography, locations, cities, the aviation industry, and also working abroad. So this was our students on a visit to British Airways, and there you can see them dressed up in the cabin crew uniform. There's also opportunities to go on various trips and things as well. So students went to Seville, and you can see here a map of all of the locations, or most of the locations that our students have been to over the last probably 3 or 4 years, I'd say. These are the European locations that our students have been to. And that was the wrong button. Now I'll just take us through, finally, I'll just go through our sports courses, which does include Leyton Orient. So we have 2 directions for our sport courses. We have the Waltham Forest College Academy, or, as some of you have asked questions about already, the Leyton Orient Trust, which is part of the Leyton Orient Football Club. And within both of those routes, you have opportunities alongside your main qualification to gain extra qualifications such as coaching, and there'll be plenty of work experience and volunteer placement opportunities as well. So you can see here, as part of those sort of volunteer placements, students actually made a decision that they wanted to do some community outreach and got involved with doing some sort of cleanup work of litter and stuff on the River Lee, and they ended up dragging all sorts of things out from the river. And as you can see by their faces, everyone had a very good time on doing that. But our sport courses are not just about playing sport. You have to understand the business aspects as well, promotion and sponsorship within sport, coaching, how to plan and run sport events as well, the health, exercise and nutrition that athletes require. And you'll also learn the anatomy and injury, and how injury can affect the body and affect people's careers within the sports industry itself. So that's the end of the subject areas. So I'll just go on to, so there was a question about this earlier, I believe, about how people can apply. So the best way to do it is to visit our website, and on the front page you can see these different coloured bubbles, and you can see that we've got some for 16 to 19-year-olds, and there's also 19+ adult courses, apprenticeships, and so just click on one of those, whatever is relevant to you. Find the course, scroll down the list and find the course area that you're interested in studying and select the course. And then when you're on that page, you can then select, you can check out the entry requirements, what the sort of things you'll be studying, how you'll get assessed at the end of the year, and also the progression opportunities. And finally, at the very top of the page, there's a big orange Apply Online button. If you just click that, it's very straightforward. You can just quickly go through the application process, and then somebody from our Learner Services team will be in touch with you to discuss what happens after that. So what I'm going to do is, instead of showing you on the slideshow, I'm just going to show you how you can have a look at your progression routes and the best progression routes for you depending on the industry or course that you have selected. On this screen here, I'll just take you through, so you can go through, select a subject that you're interested in, so art and design. And then if you go to this progression opportunities tab, you can see this this come up, and this is a new feature that we've got on our website, and it's just a way for you to scroll through various subjects that you could study at university. So we've got design studies, fine art, and it will just give you some ideas of what kind of salaries are available, the average salaries in the industry. So again, just quickly, you can scroll through these various things and just get an idea of different industries that are available to you. If you progress through, then again, you can see different salary ranges, typical working hours, and sort of the qualification level that is held by somebody in that industry. And you don't have to just, it's primarily based in London for us, because obviously that's where we are. But if you are living somewhere else, or you plan to move somewhere else, or go to a different university in a country, you can select different regions of the country, and it will give you a breakdown of the different kind of average salaries depending on where you're going to live. And here shows you some different study routes. So this is ideal for you if you're in a school leaver this year. If you go through to here, if you want to be a graphic designer, then you can just see the types of courses that are available to you that you could study. So for example, you could come to us and you could study art and design, and that would allow you to go into a design studies degree, cinematics and photography, media studies, or computer science. And then it also shows you some apprenticeship options as well. And these are live options, so these will update as time goes on. So I just thought that would be a nice thing to show you guys. So if you go on any course, just make sure you check out the progression opportunities tab, and then you'll be able to see that and go through it. Okay. So I don't know if we've had any extra questions come in, Antoinette, during that time.
We've got loads, Tom. In new, we have 21 new questions, so we just need to get through them. There was a few questions around the courses that we offer: electrician and plumbing courses, access to health and social care, nursing courses, midwifery courses. All these courses we do have at our college. So my best suggestion for now would be to visit our website again, waltham.ac, www.waltham.ac.uk. Once you've visited the website, then please do select the course from the course drop-down. If you still feel the need to speak to one of our course tutors for more information, as Tom mentioned earlier, that is now back up and live. So please do book your slots in. We still have spaces available for tomorrow's session. So you'll be able to get the chance to speak to the tutor to go through. So Tom, I'm not too sure if you've seen, but we've got 21 new ones.
Okay.
Someone came in and they're asking about the apprenticeship course, Butchery Apprenticeship. Yeah, it's a general question asking, when is the butchery courses going to go live? And how
Okay, so in regards to our butchery apprentice courses, so you can start an apprenticeship at any time throughout the year. So there's no set date for it. Our butchery courses again are no different. They do allow you to join them at any time during the year. The best thing to do is to try and get in touch with our apprenticeship team at apprenticeships@waltham.ac.uk. and you'll be able to ask them details, and they will be able to talk to you in a lot more in depth about what is involved on that course. I'll just mention as well that from the 8th of February, so in 2 weeks' time, we actually have National Apprenticeship Week coming up, and I'm going to be doing another webinar specifically around apprenticeships, and our butchery apprenticeships will come up in that as well, and that is available on our website for you to also book into. So if you also follow us on our Facebook page, then I'll make the link available to that as soon as possible as well, and you'll be able to sign up for the National Apprenticeship Week webinar that we have and hear about all of those courses. But yeah, apprenticeships in general, you can apply at any time throughout the year. There's no restriction as to when, and our butchery courses, I'm sure, are no different to that.
Right, so we've got a question. Can you send the link to the tutor callback session? The best thing to do is to visit the website, and on the first banner, I've just sent the link in the Q&A, but in case you're still struggling to get it, go to the website, click on the virtual open day banner, which is the first one on our homepage, and then you will be able to select the tutor callback session.
Okay, so there's also some courses here, some questions, my apologies. There's some questions that are about when the courses start. So most of our courses now are going to be starting in September. So somebody's mentioned about automotive courses and hospitality courses. Yeah, they will be starting in September now. We do actually have some courses which are still live for enrollments for January start. And again, if you go to our website and you look at our news page, you'll be able to find a whole list of our January start courses that you can apply for. So it'd be well worth, if you're interested in that, and nursing and midwifery is a course that's on that list as well.
Okay, sorry, I just realized I was on mute. A question came through asking if it's non-uniform. The answer to that is yes. Unlike secondary school, you're now in college, so yes, it's non-uniform. But for some of our areas, we do have students wearing protective clothing, PPE clothing, and some of them actually wear their kits or gears, like for sports students, for instance. So it all depends on the course that you're doing. Public services, hair and beauty students, they have their kits. So but for the generic ones like business and IT, health and social care, it is non-uniform. So hopefully that answers your question.
And we've just got another question I've just seen that's come in. So can you do an art and design course with a design and technology GCSE? Yes, you can do an art and design course with that GCSE. There will be aspects of crossover within that. But again, just with these courses, it's important to also get sort of your English and maths GCSEs alongside that as well. And somebody's also, sorry, I'll just say someone's also asked about how do you change your courses. So I'm assuming that's to do with if you've made an application already and now you've changed your mind about what course you'd like to do. So just probably make another application on the website for the course that you do want to do, and when our Learn Services team get in contact with you, then you'll be able to decide which course you want to you want to go ahead with.
Thanks, Tom. I was just going to answer that question, but you beat me to it. There's another question here that's asking how much does it cost? It all depends on the course that you're doing. For young learners, it costs nothing. For some of our adults, they may be able to study for free. It all depends on their income, annual income, household income. So again, we have our finance team that will be able to advise accordingly. We've got bursaries for some of our courses as well to assist our learners if they need financial help. We also have our careers team who will be able to help you in terms of to identify your course payment. So the first thing when you apply, you will speak to the Learner Services team. If it's a teacher training course or access course, it all depends. So that is a generic question in terms of how much it costs. But for young people, it costs nothing. Some adults, they might be able to study for free, but please do contact our Learner Services team. Again, myfuture@waltham.ac.uk, and they will be able to advise accordingly. And we also have the tutors tomorrow that you'll be able to speak to about the specific course that will be able to advise you accordingly.
And I'll just add to that, Antoinette, if you don't mind. I'll just say that if you are 19, so a new thing that's just come in, if you are 19 to 23 years old and it's going to be your first time studying a full level 2 or full level 3 course, then you also may not have to pay any money for that course as well. But as Antoinette said, get in contact with us and we'll be able to point you in the right direction.
We're quite mindful because the webinar was meant to have ended at 5 o'clock, but we are excited. Thank you so much for joining us today and also forwarding these questions. Okay, so there is a question here. What if I can't get a maths GCSE because of COVID? Well, that is yet to be seen. The government's going to be making announcements on what the plans are in terms of GCSEs. So the best thing to do is just to keep up to date with the information that they have been publishing on a regular basis to find out what the plans are for GCSE this year. Nothing is confirmed just yet, but I think, we've got one of our directors here, Amir, who's just answered that question. So for anyone else that's thinking of the same question, we have courses at different levels, which means there is a starting point for all learners. Yes. I think a few other of our visitors, they also asked the same thing in regards to GCSEs, that they are quite concerned that they don't have GCSEs, but as I said before, we have something for everyone. It's a welcoming college, very inclusive, so please do contact our careers team firsthand to find out what options will be available to you. Just before we conclude, Tom, is there anything else you'd like to add?
I just say, make sure that you follow us on all of our social media platforms. So we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Follow us on those because any updates that we put out, they will come out on the college website, but we also announce everything through those social media platforms. So that'll be the best way for you to find out new and relevant information to you. And if there's any more webinars coming up, like I said, the National Apprenticeship webinar in 2 weeks' time, follow our Facebook page and I'll put announcements up there so you can tune into that one as well. So if you want to look into an apprenticeship, maybe you think that's a different route that you might want to take, feel free to sign up to that, join us, and that'll be a good informative webinar for you.
Yeah, and just before we conclude, there are quite a few concerns around GCSEs, just looking at the Q&As now, and even the fact that they're going to be going off predicted grades. Is that going to affect their chances? But the one thing we would say is stay in touch with the advice that the government is given. So keep up to date with those, but also we are very accommodating and we are prepared for whatever results or whatever circumstances there might be leading up to September enrollments. So we will be assisting everyone the best that we can. And as I always say, we will start with learner services. So that's the first point of call for students when they're coming into the college. We advise them with the courses, with their eligibility requirements, with their grades, whether predicted or the ones that they have now. But I would say to everyone, don't delay the process. Get your applications in now to secure your space for September. So applications for September enrollments are open now. So please do apply. Please go to the website. We're hoping that you'll be able to utilize all the tools and all the drop-down menus and find the course that best suits you. Should you need further help with that, please do email us. It's myfuture@waltham.ac.uk. Just before we conclude, again, I want to thank everyone for joining us for our very first live virtual tour. Feel free to share the tour with your family members and friends on our website. If you go to our website and click College Tour, you'll be able to access the page in which Tom conducted the tour with today. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedules to join us here today. As Tom mentioned earlier on, that link is now live for the tutor callback sessions. So please do go to our website. It's the first banner that comes up. Click it. That's the virtual open day banner. And then select webinar and tutor callback, and you'll be able to select your course and then your time slots, and then we will be calling you tomorrow. So thank you again to everyone. For those that are awaiting GCSE grades or the protocols around those, we want to wish you all the best of luck and to say thank you for joining us today.
Okay, yep. Thanks very much, everyone.
Okay, thanks.